Hola, my name is Maria Jose Palomeque. I am 19 years old and I'm a Mexican activist and a storyteller for human rights, climate change, and gender equality. My priority for years has been to highlight that there is a connection between social and gender justice in the conversation about environmental conservation. Currently, I am an advisor and part of youth councils at World Ocean Day and Girl Out by the UN Foundation. My work has led me to be recognized by the Women of the World Foundation, the United Nations, and the Government of India. My passion for promoting women's leadership in the environmental and political conversation led me to found the educational platform Etre. A year ago, I became the youngest Mexican negotiator at the UN in Mexican history. This in the era of adaptation during the United Nations Conference on Climate Change, the COP28 in Dubai. As a young woman from the Global South, I have always been aware of the barriers that millions of girls have been wanting to take gender and climate actions. Women and girls are unfortunately among the most vulnerable populations in the face of the climate crisis, but are also the least present in decision-making scenarios. That is why I decided to found Etre, the first initiative in the region that is focused on promoting environmental education with a gender perspective in an accessible way. This initiative will be available in many languages. We are working to make a platform that finds the connection of gender and the environment with topics such as STEM, governance, and communication. Etre seeks to be a tool that enhances the impact of the new generation of leaders for gender and the environment. I was born in southern Mexico, in a state in the border called Tabasco. This meant that my connection with social activism was part of my life for as long as I can remember. Since I was a child, I observed how the use of fossil fuels and political inactivity for the protection of the environment destroyed my community. This led me to begin advocating for inclusion and intersectionality in social movements more than half a decade ago. It is vital to recognize the important roles that local communities, indigenous communities, women, youth, and children play in building a more sustainable world. As a society, we must guarantee that they are recognized as a fundamental part of our development. My focus is on their recognition as political subjects in the creation of multidimensional solutions to climate change and gender inequality. One of my greatest inspirations for not giving up in the most difficult moments was my mother. This made me understand from a very young age the importance of having powerful women as role models in your life. Also, during my years as an activist, I have followed with various youth leaders who works for the promotion of local actions to achieve global solutions. Elena from Ecuador or Julieta Martinez from Chile has been a great inspiration in my fight to center communities and women in the environmental conservation. A key piece that has helped me when I'm entering spaces and I'm the only woman of color, Latin or Asian activist has to remember that I'm never alone. With me, the women of communities who for decades have fought so that I can have the privilege and responsibility of getting involved in high-level political spaces to guarantee a human rights perspective will always be by my side. The biggest advice that I could give to girls and women who are starting is to remember the importance of working as a community and together in the fight for environmental justice. Remember how vital the community is to fight for social justice. For me, having the responsibility and honor of holding various positions in advocacy organization has helped me to be more connected with my community and women. Thank you very much for allowing me to tell you a little bit about my story and the importance of advocating for gender and human rights in the environmental movement. But please remember, we don't have planet B, but at the same time, we cannot have climate justice without gender justice.